Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I just want us to have a look for a sky for this upcoming week. It is a very special week. As you remember, it's a week of Sukkot. We celebrate a very important time. It's the time which is we pray for all other 70 nations. And this is really the time when we gain new understanding and new energy, which is connected to Chasadim. Chesed, it's represent energy of mercy. So if you're familiar with Sukkot or not, I'm actually going to attach my last year video about Sukkot and the tools we're using inside of Sukkah and the nanotechnology behind and what really we can gain. So if, for example, you know anyone, maybe if one of your friends invite you for Sukkot and you thought, you have a busy week, I strongly recommend for you to find time or even find if any friends or any of your neighbors have a Sukkot and just come and have a tea. I'm sure they're going to be very, very happy to have you because Sukkot, another thing really powerful about Sukkot, is to invite guests. And it's called Ushpuzin. And the guests, when they come, they all share the energy. And this is the protection. It's Or Makif surround light. So it's really, really important. So I'm going to touch two videos, actually. You know what? I found important video, short, but really straight to the point, my teacher's Rav Burke, and as well my own video with the more explanation in the simplicity, in simple way to explain to you. My hope and my wish for all of us, this information, which I'm going to share with you, will activate the new desire and new understanding of the simple tools, but very powerful technology, which is really can change our destiny, our understanding of who we are, what's really happening around us, and we can bring even more good vibe, good energy to the world and people is around us, right? This is the whole thing in a nutshell. Now let's look at the sky very quickly. There's a couple really important events happen in the sky this week. And while we celebrate such a powerful holiday, we need to understand that certain things will possibly can be triggered by cosmic energy. And now then we know we're going to be prepared. And as soon some energy for some of us arrive, we'll be, so to say, aware of that and not let it energy to control us. We can be in the control. What is the control? By not having control, by letting go, right? This is what really spirituality represents, is the whole contradiction about to have a desire, but in same capacity, in some level, to let it go. It's like I call this spiritual cosmic tango with the light of Creator, right? I have a desire, but I have no attachment. I have a desire, but I have no attachment. Okay, so look at the sky on October 2nd. And on October 2nd, our beautiful moon slowly recovering from full moon being in Pisces, right? Let me just come back one day so you can see where she's coming from. You see, actually, we're going to put even different time. I'm going to come back a little bit more. So you remember she was in Pisces and she went through the conjunction after the full moon. Actually, during the full moon, she was interacting with Ketu. You can see that, right? Ketu in one degree. And look at the ancients, what they're saying about the one degree. I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to actually tell you. Yeah, it's connected to the star Piscator, which is firstborn hunters, math, and understanding of deep knowledge. So the moon, while she was kind of challenged by Rahu and by Ketu in opposition, she gained a lot of deep understanding about spirituality and about the so to say mind over matter, right? Because moon really represent in a nutshell our subconsciousness, our mind, but our mind which is connected to the feelings. So when she's interact with lunar nodes and when she went through such a intense and deep understanding, especially on Shavuot, on a holiday Sukkot, where we connect to all blessings which is given to us to pray for the 70 nations, this moon was giving us a lot of love and understanding how to be happy for no reason, right? So let's go quickly to October 2nd. And on October 2nd, while the moon conjuncting Uranus, so, when moon in Aries, it's not her best position to be in Aries, right? But what really ancients explain, when moon in Aries, she can be passive aggressive, but in the same time, she can be more daring. So because of the Uranus And Uranus definitely going to push all of us for some, we're going to receive, sudden desire to move to certain locations, to do things we never did, to understand things different way. We're going to have so much urge for the next few days because the moon will still have this energy with Uranus. Things that we perhaps we were insecure or not dare even to think. Now this type of combination will give us such a desire to push ourselves to the next level. This is how I see, and as well as humanity, right? So it's really, really important. And while it's, moon interact with Uranus, we need to see what's happened with Venus in Leo. And Venus, when Venus in Leo, she's slowly coming to to understand her gracious and her ego. So with relationship, just make sure you're not going to put your own needs before your partner. It's really, really important. And when you're going to speak up, especially she's not far from combination of heater, she can be a little bit with chutzpah, so what to say, you can say things which is you can regret. So really, really pay attention. Especially don't forget this whole week, it will determine the whole entire year. We're receiving protection. So don't create any opening, which is, you did such a, amazing spiritual work before. If you celebrate Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, we already did so much work. Now the Shavuot was giving us, we're coming back really closer to the center column energy to be more balanced, okay? And to receive protection for the whole entire year. We call Or Makif. We're going to get another celebration after that for Simchat Torah, the celebration of giving the Torah, and we're going to really celebrate the Or Makif, even more surround light. So pay attention. Just really control this Venus. The way to control this Venus, to not just open your heart, it's easy to say, to be practical. Just ask yourself, do you want to be right or you want to be happy? So this is another theme for this week, because look what's happening here. We have Mercury in total opposition with Neptune, Mercury and Neptune. And this is absolutely divine combination. And I will tell you why. Because Mercury in one of the best position, he's actually touching 1 degree mine of sign of Virgo. And remember, when we talk about sign, especially when sign represent human, it's directly connected to us. Our mind, our subconscious is going to be open to understand things beyond our comprehensions, because Neptune comes from Ulam Haba, from the future. Neptune in a nutshell represent future because it represents higher level of intuition dash illusion. So make sure you use this opposition, this combination, and not to connect to the small things and and waste your energy and time. Connect to the bigger picture. Open books, start to study something, then you want it for a while, but you didn't have not just will, you thought it's going to be hard for you to understand. This type of combination will open your meridian inside of your mind on such a level, you're going to understand things unbelievable. And dreams, guys, this particular week, we under very, very special angels this week was allowed to come from Ulam Atzilut to be with us, right? From Ulam Asiyah, we in Ulam Asiyah, and from Ulam Atzilut, because this is the special angels, on Shabbat and holidays, we have a different set of angels. So they really pay attention and watching our thoughts. So work with your personal angel, which is called Mochin. He's come from word moch in Hebrew, brain. He's always with you. He born with you. And then you have other support of other angels with you. Don't forget your ancestral lineage. I strongly recommend, if you study Zohar, this is the week which is you need to open your own personal, the birth time Zohar, which is the day you're born. You connect to particular day, a week of the study of particular section in Zohar, in Torah. If you don't know, send me email, and I will with your day of birth in the year, and I will reply to you with what is the portion in Zohar you can find. Okay, it will be my pleasure. So definitely I recommend for you. And if you don't have Zohar, go to zohar.com. I have a link under my video, and go find the section called whatever you born on. under, which is, you can ask me in, or you can actually Google on Zmanim. There's a special application called Zmanim, if you're familiar with. If not, I can definitely help you. So this is the week really, really important to connect to your own tikkun, to your own correction, incarnation, what you came from this time life to work on it. And the portion of your birth time of the week you're born, it's directly can give you a lot of answers and secrets, directly connect to your tikkun process, to your incarnation, to your homework you took to come to this dimension. Very, very important days. I'm looking at the sky, and it's a lot of combination can really support us and make us even higher spiritually. Very important. And what else we have? Yes, and of course, it's all about balance. When we're talking about Mercury and Neptune, because they both represent our mind in higher dimension of our mind, they really almost like a Keter, because Neptune come from the higher of higher. So this is why sometimes, when, like Mozart, like Chopin, Beethoven, all of them had very strong Neptune. This is where they were able to channel such amazing music, and all other, and if you have a strong Neptune, you able to understand things beyond beyond practical level, what we see, we believe. You understand things beyond what actually seem in this limited reality. Okay, so this is really, really good, but just stay balanced. Let's go to October 3rd. And on October 3rd, which is we continue, what do we have on October 3rd? First of all, moon moving to Taurus. When moon move in Taurus, we right away we have even more desire for good food, on the practical applications, everything what surround us, how comfortable our life is, and especially financial decisions, right? Very, very important, because the Neptune, he's getting stronger right now, and he's going to give us more understanding about our financial situation as well. But look what's happened here with the Pluto and Mercury. Now, sorry, I was referring to Mercury, not Neptune before. And what's happened here with Pluto and Mercury? Pluto and Mercury, they actually in the trial. And it's very interesting because, Pluto, if you really know how to use Pluto, don't forget Pluto, he's in the Capricorn, right? So he's like on a high horse. Because when he's in Capricorn, he's really make us to have a desire to so to step, even to step on top of other people in order for you to achieve something. Now, what we need to understand about this trine, and it's going to be on Tuesday, because of the Mercury represent our mind, but it's represent our speech as well. It's represent how we communicate with people. Make sure that this trial not just will make you, smart, and so to say, to express yourself and to be really sure what you're saying. Make sure when you're going to speak, you're not going to come from selfish place, and to prove yourself and to use your ego, because this is what Pluto really pushing. Make sure when Pluto allowed you to go to depth of things and understand things, it's going to come, you're going to use your heart as well. You're going to use your gut feeling. Very important. Okay. But it's really good trial because it's triangle. It's really can help us as well to understand even our financial situation better and our place in society. But place in society of the place where you work, what company you with. And Pluto right now he's a stationary right now. So he's definitely giving us a lot of lessons, to say the least, especially to the government, to each of us who, whatever country you live at, you understand your government right now trying to survive. Days numbers in a way of the way how they used to function. The government preparing, and we are the people who, with our consciousness, with our unconditional love, with our prayers, we can create new government and new consciousness in our cities, in our countries. We need to remember that. Okay, very, really important. Let's move next on October 4th, which is we have a Wednesday, and our moon still in Taurus. So it's great. Moon in Taurus, she's exalted. She's even better than she's in her own sign in Cancer. And definitely good time if you took, for example, vacation of this week. Some of us, maybe you have a time, it's the best time to clean your home and best time to unclutter as well, and only to leave what you really need, and to understand then the way how you spend money, the way how you use your sustenance for the new reality. It's you need to change completely your approach in order to have different results. Okay, it's really important. Now, what else we need to do? Remember, the lunar nodes, they already slowly preparing to change the position, because they change in position end of October. And what is happening here with Rahu in Ketu, for the final exams, we all need to understand what house they trigger. And if, for example, you have anything in early degrees in Libra, we're talking about sidereal astrology, in early degrees in Aries, you definitely need to pay close attention, everything what's happened to you, and keep writing your thoughts. This is the time, excellent, to really understand your thoughts. Okay, now let's move right now to Thursday. And Thursday we have in October 5th, the moon right now moved to Gemini. When moon in Gemini, especially for you guys who have a Gemini in your chart, when moon in Gemini, if you really know how to open your heart, and by the way, Geminis, most of the Gemini, even though it's very logical and everything, it's very sensitive sign. A lot of people don't know that, because it's two humans. It's you need to constantly to battle, literally to battle inside with the energy of Oy Ashrei, the energy of chaos and energy of total fulfillment and Mashiach and final redemption inside. If you have a strong Gemini inside of you, congratulations. It's one of the signs can really help you to understand yourself in your process if you know how to open your heart and balance more. And this moon, she's definitely will help you to do that, especially now this week with Or Hasadim. Really, really important. Okay, guys, just really, really pay attention. And of course, I do believe, Venus, by going in 2 degree, and we have Pluto in 3 degree, she's a continue the whole week. Her mission of this whole entire week during the Sukkot, to help us to be more loving, more better communicator, and to put other person needs before ours. I'm not saying you don't need to think about your needs. It's important. In order for you to give, you need to know how to receive and how to share, right? So constantly connect to this balance energy. It's really important. And we can't forget about Mars. Mars, it's 1 degree, right? And Mars 1 degree, he's right now in conjunction with Ketu, and he's definitely activating certain energy. I don't really want to use name like a war energy, but real war, it's in our mind. Whatever we see in the physical, in the battlefield, it's already too late. It's already coming from delusion. The real war starts from our minds, how we talk about other people, how we deceive this limited reality, how we jump to conclusions, how we make other people blame, and how we use in our own energy, because we all have different Mars in our chart. And Mars he represents the physical body as well. It's represent our active nature. It represent our desire, and desire extremely important. It's one of the key for spiritual being. It's to activate your desire, because with the desire, you're expanding your vessel, and more you expand your vessel, is more light you can receive and you can share, right? It's all infinite energy. So when Mars right now, we're talking about Mars touching Spica, and Mars, he's literally with radius with Spica, and with with the Ketu in opposition with Rahu. It's super powerful, guys. So we need to the same kind of combination. If we're not going to use the restriction, and we're gonna let our mouth and our aggressive energy to lose, we can become famous, not in a good way. But if you know how to pause, observe, to become movie director and not the actor, to understand. And if you have strong Mars, go exercise, go for a walk, laugh, sing. Your energy need to come out. My teacher, Raf, always says, if you have energy and it's sitting inside, you don't want to be exposed. You need to know how to how to transform this energy. Energy never, you can diminish anything. You can lock it. It's not how it works. We need to know how to transform the energy. And it's good to have strong Mars. It's one of the most important things you can have in your chart of the strong sun, because both of them giving you livelihood and desire and happiness. So know how to use. This is the time, I'm telling you, for this next month, do your chart. Find astrologer you trust, because what's happening in year to come for the 2024, I really recommend for you to do your chart, guys, to be prepared to understand your process, because we have lunar nodes changing position. Then we have, Saturn gonna change the position for inside of the Aquarius. Really important. It's going to be very important, because it's going to directly influence your place in society. And definitely recommend. And if you know your chart, congratulations. Then you work with yourself. I recommend at least once a week just to open your chart, just observe what's coming, learn. To know astrology, you don't need to be astrologer. It's really healing to observe your own chart, to understand your own chart, to understand then you inside of yourself have different identities. You have, we all, so to say, cuckoo. There's nobody normal. And it's a good thing. Instead to diminish yourself and to become somebody you are not according to somebody else, you need to find yourself. This is your main thing why you came here, to find yourself, to be in peace with yourself. And this is the only way, only then you can be truly happy. And nobody can come and change your mood or change your vibe, because you're so connected and you're so aligned with your higher self. This is the whole idea. You understand? And look what's happening in the sky. The sign of Virgo giving us a lot right now. And the sign of Virgo represent healing. Let's not connect to pharmaceutical, which is its represent as well. Let's to connect to the healing, because in the Holy Zohar it says there's never will be any illness or any infection or any epidemic. Then there's no herb growing in the earth, in the vegetarian kingdom, then actually can help us to heal. But the reason it's not revealed to most of us, because then we're not gonna do our spiritual process. Because unfortunately, only when we fall in, only when we feel pain, many of us suddenly wake up, start to ask question, and start to expand our vessel. And this is the spiritual process, okay? But we can connect to the energy of healing, and we can actually, this is the period of time, good period of time to learn healing, to learn different herbs, to learn how to use tinctures, how to actually preventive medicine, how on daily life to understand what is really food represent as well, how you do meditation, what is your breathing, right? It's really, really important. So, and as well, how not to judge others, because Virgo, one of the another traits, challenging traits for Virgos, because they look for perfectionists, and because the sign represent literally, female energy of holiness. Many times Virgos as well, the energy of Virgo have the wrong understanding about sex. They many times, some especially females, I deal with a lot of clients, women from very early age, for some reason, they don't feel comfortable about sex because the Virgo. But we need to understand, then we came here to experience in full our life and to accept other people. We're not here to change or fix anyone, neither ourselves to fix. We're here to transform ourselves with loving heart, with loving eye. Look at other people. Very, very important, guys. Let's go right now to Friday. Friday, we're already entering to the energy of Shabbat. And we're gonna celebrate, Sukkot on this Shabbat. We're very lucky this year. Look what's happened. We have Rosh Hashanah in Shabbat. We have a very special days on Yom Kippur. We have right now Shavuot. I mean Sukkot entering during the Shabbat time. It's unbelievable. Okay, so it's really, really important. There's another holiday we're gonna have on the Simchat Torah, and when at night before Simchat Torah, the night of, actually not before, the night of Simchat Torah. When it's entered, we all check in our shadow after midnight. I'm going to make a different video. I'm going to share with you absolutely amazing Kabbalistic technology, what really happened in the night of Simchat Torah. And I hope you guys not going to miss this information. And our moon, beautiful moon, she's in the logical sign of Gemini. and she actually can help us as well to understand knowledge in much deeper level. Very, very important. Okay. And Venus, Venus, she almost in a position, if you think soon, with Saturn with Shabtai. Remember, Shabtai loves Venus but when he's in a position, he wants Venus to be more righteous. Okay, let's move to Shabbat just for as the last day we're going to review. And then Shabbat, we have a moon. She's moving from sign of Gemini, still in Gemini, and we're going to have Sunday becoming Sunday, more Cancerian, day of family orientation. But I'm going to make on Sunday special video because we have a lot of things going on Sunday. Now, on Shabbat, we have a Jupiter in unbelievable position in 19 degrees retrograde in Aries. And he's touching a very, very positive degree. So he's going to, Jupiter will expand our desire to be more righteous, to be more kind, to have a more desire for knowledge, especially spiritual knowledge, because Jupiter comes from spirituality. In Hebrew, we call it tzedek, at the same combination of letters of the righteous, tzaddik. So definitely, it's amazing, and Mars coming slowly from 1 degree, but he's still conjuncting Ketu, the North Node, and he's definitely going to awaken us a lot of understanding and desire about our past, perhaps about our ancestral lineage. Oh, by the way, this whole week, whatever you're going to dream, make notes, write it down, your dream, because during the year, the week of Shavuot, every time when we sleep, especially if you actually sleep inside of Sukkah, our men sleep a whole week inside of Sukkah. This is the time, whatever dreams you get inside of Sukkah, they're very prophetic dreams, and they can give you answers about your life for the whole year to come. Very, very important. Okay, guys, so I think it's all for now. I'm gonna attach right now a video of my amazing teacher, short video about Sukkot. Definitely, I hope you will watch and you will get even more understanding. And then with follow, I'm going to put my video and with understanding of tools we use inside of Sukkot, okay? So I wish you Chag Sameach, Gmar Chatima Tova, Pitka Tova, and Kol Tov. All the best. Much love. Bye-bye.
Drawing down energy of what is called the Or Makif of Bina. Bina, as you know, is the energy store. And on Yom Kippur, we made the connection with Bina. Anila, that was the culmination of all activity, which finally brought us to the Keter of Malchut. The Keter of Malchut on Yom Kippur is connected directly, if it's properly established, makes its direct connection with Binah, the energy store. And now the system in my home has been hooked up with the world system of communications. Until that system is hooked up, I can have everything within this home established. But if the telephone company does not come down and make the connection between my system and the system of the whole communication system, I cannot speak to anybody despite the fact that I have my system. So on Yom Kippur, we made that connection with Binah. Now begins the flow of energy. But there is one aspect that is still missing, and that is Or the Chasadim. In every instance where you want to have something, where you want to have, if we call water energy, an infusion of energy by virtue of water, it could be by virtue of food, everything must have its Or Pnimi. Or Pnimi, that means the thing that is going to permit everything to come inside, and the Or Makif refer to the actual energy conductor is referred to as Or Makif. Why is it called Or Makif? Because that's coming from somewhere else that is in potential. In other words, water is potential. The cup, if they cut off the water system, the water would be potential, but the cup I have in my home all along. The telephone system that we discussed, If I have a telephone system in my home, that would be called Or Pnimi in relation to what? The outside system. So the outside system is always referred to as Makif. It surrounds me. It's not within me. It's outside of me. But if I establish a connection between my internal with the external, then everything has been completed. This is the exact purpose of this whole period from Rosh Hashanah up into and including Sukkot, is to establish the system. Once the system is established, we have no longer a need to even request that the light come in. Because once the system is established, automatically the Or Ein Sof, finds its way into the system. For Sukkot, all of Sukkot originates and is involved with the aspect of the right column. There are three aspects within Sukkot, three aspects to the system of establishing the right column, and that is the Sukkah, the Nitilat HaLulav, Shelo Al Yedei Zman HaKafa, that when we deal with the Lulav itself, and there's a third aspect, the Lulav with Hakafa. In other words, we walk around the Bima, we walk around the place where the Torah is read, and that is considered the third aspect. These three aspects on Sukkot are essential and make for the establishment of the Kav Yamin, of the right column.
About Sukkot, I want to show you something, guys, really, really awesome, which is how it's connected to Tree of Life reality. Now, what's happened here? You see, we have Aravot. I put for you number 1. This is Aravot. Now, the four pieces, the four vegetarian kingdom we have here, right? We have Aravot, which is willow branch. Then number 2, right? We have Lulav, which is palm branch. Then we have number 3, Hadassim, the myrtle branch, right? The myrtle branch. And then we have Etrog. You see, it looks like lemon, but it's not lemon. It's Etrog, is the citron or citrus medica. Okay, this is how it's called. Now, a lot of people don't know, but those 4 species, the only one in vegetarian kingdom which is receive direct instruction from the creator. According to Ari Kadosh, Arizal, it's one of the greatest Kabbalists, many times I bring them to my explanation. He explained, in the vegetarian kingdom, everything has his own angel. Even grass has angel. It's the angel which is stand and telling to grass, grow, grow, grow. Now, these 4 species have no angel. They have directly connection to the creator. So creator telling them how to grow in when. Just imagine how much going on in a vegetarian kingdom in the world. So much growing every day, every time you discover some new, but only those 2 was chosen. And this is for tools we actually using for Sukkot. And they are very, very super powerful. So the Lulav and the 4 species we have, they connect to the 7 phases of internal light, which is Zeranpin. What is the Zeranpin? Zeranpin, everything which is start after Binan Chokhmah, which is, you can see I'm going to do this way. This is all Zeranpin. From Chesed until Yesod, it's all called Zeranpin. So we have a Chesed, Gvura, Tiferet, Netzach, Hod, Yesod, and Malchut. Okay, very important. They all connected to it. So, and it's injecting light into our DNA. It says in our books, in the righteous explain, we actually changing our DNA by using these tools and to make it new destiny for the year to come. How cool it is. And again, I want, for those of you who are completely new to what I'm saying, you'll think, how come by putting those combinations together, we're actually creating cosmic, energetical, powerful tool. It's almost like, Star Wars. They have, tools just by touching it, create different energetical force. This is really unbelievable, because the four spices, the species, my apology, it's actually represent the tetragram, the Yudki Wavki, right? The Yudki Wavki, we not pronounce Hey when you put together name of the creator. And Yud represent mortal, the branches represent Hey, the willow branches represent wife, and palm front represent Hay. The etrog, which is, so the Hay represent etrog citrus, the Hay, right? Which, because the last Hay of Yud Kivavki, it's Malchut. And this is actually represent Malchut. If, for example, man married, this is represent his wife. So when he pray, when he touch with so much love, and when put together, there's a special prayer when you put together. It's a beautiful thing, really, how creator prepared for us, gave us so many tools in order for us to be totally in charge of what's happened in this dimension, to elevate this dimension and to bring the final redemption. And this is one of the most powerful tools. Okay. And what else I wanted to tell you guys, the myrtle branches establish connection to chesed, to mercy, you understand, to be more kind, to be more they're available more for people, you understand. It's called in Hebrew chadas. And the value of this is 69, which is connect to the word chaim, life. It's how beautiful, 69. And the three myrtle, by the way, branches establish the connection to chesed, right? So the myrtle branches represent the myrtle. Let me see. The myrtle branches. It's represent. So we have a chesed, gvura, tiferet, hod, and netzach, and malchut. It's actually all together in this combination. We have completely the Zeranpin, all 6 sphirot, which is located here. It's all actually located here in this combination. It's really, really beautiful. What else I want to tell you guys? So the holiday of Sukkot and this full moon, which is we're entering inside of the holiday of Sukkot, we're going to have for 7 days. So for 7 days, men will be sleeping inside of the sukkah, and even women can sleep if they want inside of sukkah. But mainly men, we eat only inside of the sukkah. And a lot of people, they bring the they even workplace inside of sukkah. My teacher Raf used to stay in the sukkah day and night, only just to live for personal needs and right away to come back. This is how powerful to be inside of sukkah. And again, sukkah represent mainly chesed, the powerful energy of chesed from Tree of Life Reality, which is mercy. So we all need mercy. So while we're going to be inside of sukkah, if you have any friends who have sukkah, please use this opportunity. Go and spend at least some time inside of the sukkah. And while you're inside of sukkah, only have positive conversation. Take some books with you to study. Is longer you're going to stay in sukkah, is more protection, because the sukkah represent or makiv, surround light. This is another very, very important. Let me see. Let me show you. I just wanted to show you. When men start to pray, they put they hold etrog and the etrog, lulav and etrog together, and there's a special prayer. When they merge them together, they cannot separate them until they finish like a set of prayers. I just want to show you there's so many different size of etrog. It's just unbelievable. This is how sukkah, many of you saw how sukkah is. Some of you have your own sukkot, so sukkah needs to have at least 4 sides. The one side can be open, but it's in order for sukkah to be complete, it's need to have 4 walls, and it's always need to be covered by natural. Many times we use in special bamboo. It's made from bamboo, and it's called in Hebrew schach. And during the day, when a light of the sun coming, and you will see like a stream of sun coming from inside, it's actually very powerful. There's a lot of secrets behind it as well. This is the energetical force. Even when we do meditation, we can remember this moment when you enter inside of Sukkah and you see the streams of the light coming from bamboo or from schach, whatever you're using. You need to remember the stream of the light coming. And when you do meditation, you need to imagine during the meditation, this is how you receive the light coming from above, from really the highest, from the highest source inside of us to clean ourselves. And by the way, the schach cannot be covered by anything on top. It needs to be completely open sky. So, and if, for example, it's going to rain, nobody can stay inside of the sukkah. It's only when it's really dry, you can be inside of the sukkah. So it's really, really powerful holiday. So, what else I wanted to mention to you guys? What really, really important, we need to learn really to understand ourselves. We need to understand ourselves for a different period of time during the different cosmic energy, because it's really important to accept yourself, to understand who you are. And it's not just enough to order yourself to be a certain way. You need to make from place of a lot of love and balance. And in order for us to give love to the world, to other people, we really need to understand who we are and how to give love to yourself. Time, basic time to give to yourself, time for meditation, time to quiet your mind, to learn about your body, because when you quiet your mind, you can understand how your body works, how your body reacts to certain thoughts you have. So it's really important. So when you're going to sit in Sukkah, I really recommend for all of us, because this holiday represents the prayer for 70 nations. And what's happening in the world right now, we need peace like never. Peace within us and peace around us, peace in our countries, everything. So we need to use this opportunity during the Sukkot to pray for different nations, to pray for people who you disconnect, send them a lot of love, a lot of energy, because with that, something really magical happened. We're receiving something new inside of us. Why? Because we're going out of comfort zone. It's always easy to see, to be sad, and to judge, and to analyze, and to feel righteous, especially in the full moon when you have a Virgo gonna in a position of Pisces. She's gonna give us some influence, some energy to analyze and to look for perfection. We always need to see everything perfect. And if there's anything needs to be done better, it's something else. But in a nutshell, to accept who you are first, to love yourself in order for you to start your spiritual process. It's extremely important. And another thing I want to ask you guys, during the Sukkot, try to reach out to people, invite them to your house, because every time when you invite people, you bring the new energy, you're sharing with other people, you're sharing your time, your love, your cooking, right? And when people leave, you feel like a new energy inside of the house. This is how it's important, Sukkot, by the way, one of the holidays, it's really, really important to invite people to spend time together, to eat together, to study together. Okay, so I think it's all what I want to say at this moment. I wish you guys Shabbat Shalom. I wish you Chag Sameach, happy holidays, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.